Alright, guys, the next war season is just around the corner. So, what do you do in the off season? You practice. And you practice some really good matchups and some really bad matchups. So, the first one we're going to do is I've got this 6-star rank 3 Magneto House of X on my second account and getting some use out of him against Korg. All his attacks are energy attacks, so he's a perfect counter to Korg. You can use the pre-fight, which normally you use for somebody else, but Magneto House of X on his own, perfect Korg counter. All energy attacks, the pre-fight can let you parry him the entire time. It is absolutely a phenomenal matchup with Magneto House of X against Korg. You also have class advantage. So here this one had ebb and flow knockdown. So again, no problem to knock him down. Just parry heavy, easy, super easy fight. Very happy with this one. So this is something that I'm definitely gonna be considering during the season to get some more use out of this guy on his own, not just as a for his pre-fights, but potentially for some fights on his own, depending on what we see on the path. Granted, there's a and again, depending on which champions get banned, right? So it's going to be an interesting season. But here's one example of a really nice matchup. So this one worked out great. I've got one other really good matchup, and then one ridiculously bad matchup. So that one was no problem there. Here's another fight. Here, this one here, always when I see this thing on Footloose, I'm sure you've seen this before, but again, Stealth Suit Spider-Man with his slow, this was just a perfect fight here. Kinetic transference and Footloose and crumbling armor. And I think I was just really happy with. Sometimes you have a plan and it doesn't go well. This one was like, here this should be perfect. Just get the slow on, and then it's really just a normal thing fight, but with slow, not a problem. I think what I do is I just go for the special 2 just to make sure that I can get the long form slow going. Also, I'm not boosting for these off-season fights, which is also can be annoying sometimes. You don't want to waste your boosts unless they're expiring during the off-season. And now that we're getting really close to the season starting in like less than 2 days, then I don't want to waste anything. But so fights will obviously go down faster, hopefully during the season. But here, this was a really nice fight against Thing. Again, if you can keep the slow on, it's really easy. And so these are nice matchups where I know these are just examples of the ones I know I've got a nice perfect counter for them. And then we're gonna finish this one off. And then here we had everyone is getting Weapon X. I did not get a Weapon X, but here's a Weapon X on Hazard Shift Stun Immune. And I've been using Kingpin all the time for these Hazard Shift nodes. So I go in, but I completely forget that in Wolverine Weapon X's kit, he has those rage charges, which when he goes up to 25, they're going to go red. The problem is that there he gets his unstoppable right away, but it's okay. Even though I take a hit, I can heal back with Kingpin. But those rage charges usually disappear and then go into cooldown. The problem is that because it's Hazard Shift and I'm Kingpin, I keep purifying debuffs. Every time I purify debuff, it's just increasing his rage stack. So his rage stacks are never going to come down. He's going to keep getting regen, and he's going to be unblockable for the entire fight. And I am just like, it's off season. I don't really care, but it's really great practice because I use Kingpin on Hazard Shift nodes all the time. So this was a great little tidbit for anybody else. Luckily, Kingpin is a monster, and even though I'm going to get hit, I believe at some point, we basically watch his health. His health is just going to keep going up. There I get clipped. There's where I get clipped big time, and you would think at this point that the fight is over. He's regenning like crazy. I can barely, even on that special 2, look how much he just regened right back. But no, Kingpin is just going to. I'm building up so many stacks of my extra Rage Fury. I am just gonna try and see if I can play this fight perfectly, gain some health back, not get hit, and just play him unblockable for as long as I can, be as aggressive as I can, keep throwing those special ones to get the degen on him. And at this point, I really didn't think I was going to be able to counter this. But I just played as best as I could, and I guess it's some really good practice. I definitely I get clipped again, literally on the brink of death in this fight. But no, Kingpin is gonna keep whacking away with that cane on that special one over and over and over again. We're going to go for some intercepts. We're going to just keep baiting his specials and just keep plowing away. He's got his fury going. He's unblockable the entire time. And we're going to try and clutch this out. He's still at 50%. I'm just squeaking above 12. There's only 2 minutes left in this fight. And considering how he keeps getting his healing back, I was really getting ready to throw in the towel on this one. It really did not matter. I think the actual counter I would go for if I have to do this fight during the season, I will try and bring in Warlock, who can shut down his healing and then only hit into him during the poison phase. So that would definitely be my my usual Weapon X counter, especially on if I see him again on Hazard Shift. But this was, not a fun one, but a minute and a half to go. I'm slowly getting him down. We're throwing in the intercepts now. Again, he's down to, he's hovering around that 20% mark. I've actually squeaked up to 25, just getting a little bit of willpower healing off of my own rage stacks. We get clipped again there for a second, counter with an intercept. Again, a minute to go, and I'm shocked at this point that he's actually as low health as he is. And again, you can just see he's sitting there at, his rage charges are sitting at close to 100 the entire time. Not the best counter here, but we get the solo. So that was super fun. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to the next season. So see you in the next one, guys.